the cow shed, and then once the spring comes, you let the cow out and the cow jumps and dances, right? Right? I've never seen in real life. I see on the YouTube. And I saw on Facebook. So really we say, is that real liberation? Yes, that is a kind of liberation, but that is a glimpse of the real liberation. This real, actual liberation means you are liberated from attachment, anger, jealousy, desire, hatred, how to say? You see something other people have and then you don't have, then envy. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? This is real liberation. You know, somebody can ask you, you can really have the real laugh. That's why Maitreya Buddha in Chinese Mahayana, he put, you know, there is a big stomach and a laughing. What is the meaning? People who think too much, always not happy, do you know they cannot be fat? Because they are always counting, and then after that they are so calculative and the mind busy, and they are not in the present moment to even enjoy a taste of tea. Food and drink not important. This they are called human workers or human doing, not human beings. Beings means being present. Human is being present, at least I call human being. Or human doing or human working. Now many people, human working, not human being. Many people, human working, human talking, not human being. So this thought is very important. Okay, the word here is discipline. It does not. It's not a matter of so easy, you know, to say, oh, I'm free and this and that. You just imagine, just by listening, teaching, doing some retreats, we can be free. It's not a matter of that. We really need to put in the effort to face ourselves. Really want to be free? You want to know how to be free? Do you know what is the result of being free? You want to know? Yes. You can walk at night in the cemetery alone, having no fear and totally free. Are you scared? No. Alone. You just have walk and alone. The thing is alone, and if anything comes up to talk to you or anything happens, you will not. You just see them as they're other beings, right? Many people cannot. Some people have more brave, but the liberation means you are liberated from all such dense energies and all such dense energy and dense emotions. Okay? Adopt the discipline of all the Buddha's heirs. The Buddha's heirs are all means to have to train in to become a Buddha. The Buddha's heir means Bodhisattvas. All the Bodhisattvas need to train in such discipline. Okay? For many of us, it's going to take lifetimes. That's why we say, every lifetime from now we say, next life, if this life I cannot, next life we continue. But please, we pray to be reborn in Amitabha Buddha's Pure Land, or Medicine Buddha's Pure Land. Right? So that it's easy. The main thing is, we want to go train quickly so as to awaken to teach all and liberate all the beings. Never say, oh, I don't believe in there's a pure land and this and that. No. You just think, did Buddha ever lie to us? He had no reason to lie to us. We just look at the Heart Sutra that we recite. He even said that, since it is not false shall be known as the truth. He didn't say that is the truth. He didn't even want to use the word the truth. He says, since it is not false, it is itself. You know, but to use the human word is called the truth. Since there is no darkness, then can you say there is light? You understand? Can you say that it is light? Having light doesn't mean you can see, you know. Do you realize that? Having light does not mean you can see. Because you can be searching for things but you cannot find it. Right? Oh, where's my car key? Where's my mobile? Where's my wallet? Where's this? Where's that? I cannot find this. But is the light on? Yeah. Right? So having the light on doesn't mean that you can see. Right? Having a guru, having the teaching, having this does not mean that you have those kind of deep awakening that, from then onwards it is a no turning back. Many people give up. Many people turn back. And so what happens? Pray for them. Okay? Ask to send blessings and dedicate merits for them. This is the most important. Support. The main thing is support. Bodhisattva practice is all about support. Actually, the real teaching starts from all. Number 8. Number 8. But we have to continue. Right?
You could summarize.
Oh, summarize very difficult. Yeah. It's how am I going to summarize how durian tastes like? Right? It's like Ethan was telling me. It's the first time. How we didn't know there's so many kinds of apples. Wow, big apple, small apple, yellow apple, green apple, red apple, yellow red apples. And different names. And then she was so amazed and envious. I told her, Ethan, we got our durian. We've got D24. We've got mountain, cat mountain. We've got so many different kinds of durian. They don't know. They've not eaten a fresh one yet. They only had frozen ones and cooked ones. Isn't it? Yeah. So you have frozen and cooked durians. It's not the same, right? So you don't have to be envious about their apples. You don't have to.
You have apple
You're okay without it? You don't know what you're missing in life, darling. Yeah. It's like a Bodhisattva telling you, you don't know how blissful it is to be a real awakened Bodhisattva. Yeah. So, next point. Second stanza. There is nothing here that has not been said before. And I have no skill in the art of composition. Therefore, I do not expect this to be much use to others and write it only to acquaint it to my mind. This shows, even though he has a deep knowledge, how humble, that this also means how he respects, the words of previous Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and so he says like that. How many of us can be like that? Sometimes we have a great knowledge and then we start talking. We talk more than we listen, so this is a sign of failure. Talking more than listening is a sign of failure. So that's why I tell myself I shouldn't talk so much. Start joking. Eat and drink and joke. Don't talk so much. I tell myself that. Don't talk so much. So really we have to think, there's nothing here that has not been said before, and I have no skill in the art of composition. There's a great Bodhisattva, he said he got no skill. So I'm just following the examples. Yeah. Right? So that's the way to go, isn't it? So if the great Bodhisattva can say that he has no skill, then if he doesn't have, then who has? Isn't it? And therefore I do not expect this to be much use to others and write it only to acquaint it to my mind. So this shows very clearly, even though he knows, yet now we look at this form called engaging outer manifestation. Engaging outer manifestation. Right? I'm sorry, my English not good. Maybe the choice that the translator gave me, the choice of word the translator gave me in the past when my guru taught, maybe gave me certain ideas. But this is my own understanding. I'm just sharing my understanding rather than giving you. Unless you want me to just give you intellectual, I can give you intellectual talk. It's good, isn't it? I mean, there are professors and teachers and doctors here. Who am I? Right? Right? Okay, write it or acquaint it to my mind. What's the meaning of this? Just now says, okay, do not expect this to be much use to others, right? And write it to acquaint my mind. Really, it says humility, engagement, humility, engagement, and manifestation. So let's really recognize these points, okay? And the thing is, the engagement part. Many people don't want to engage, and even if they engage, it is with pride. Okay, it is with pride. So we must engage other beings with compassion and humility. Here, you see, he says doing this is actually not much use for others. The word term, this understanding, is much use to others. It is going to be much use to others. You know, it is like what I hear people in upstate New York say, "Oh, we're just saying." You know, it's just like he's just saying. Then, okay.
Say that. Just saying.
Just saying, right?
Just saying.
Just saying. Just saying. You know what xiao means? Xiao in the word in Mandarin means to laugh, right? That they use xiao li. You know, means you laugh for no reason. What does that mean? Okay, just saying. You know, that's say for saying. You know, so anyway, it's just my figure of speech. I also learned this term, figure of speech, figuratively speaking. Third stanza, through this my faith will be strengthened for a while, and I will grow more accustomed to what is virtuous. Then then should others somehow equal to myself in fortune chance upon these words, they might find them beneficial. Now, we have equal fortune then to Shantideva. We have chance upon these words. Right? The person who write this one is telling us in a way, right? Somehow equal to myself in fortune. What does it say? This is the great Mahayana teaching. Because this teaching truly is not available to the barbaric lands. Right? And so now Buddhism already, Mahayana Buddhism spread everywhere. And so this maybe, what is considered truly barbaric land? You want to know?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a place where people do not even hear the name Buddha. By natural, or they don't even know that such a awakened being exists. They don't even know that there is the hearing this name Buddha. So when I was studying this, I was saying, it can't be possible. I'm sure everybody knows what Buddha is. I'm sure everybody heard of the word Buddha. I was very sure of that. That my guru said, maybe you should go Africa and go Brazil or go America somewhere, some far away, where the bird don't lay eggs. And so there was this. So therefore there's this joke. Yeah. So I was quite shocked when I came here, and then I asked around, said, when you were growing up and when you were young and when you were growing up, did you actually heard of the word Buddha? And then I was quite shocked. Then it really hit me that at the time my guru was sitting on the bed, I was sitting on the floor, and he was telling me, true enough, in future you will meet, that there is such a place, there will be such a situation, you will meet them. That those people who never even hear of the word Buddha. And then I was like, It's like a big dawning of, previous experience. It just shot back. A time capsule opened up in my heart, in my mind. And so here it says, through this my faith will be strengthened for a while. What does this mean? We must always read this. If we don't always read this text, our faith, we are just like this, yeah? Now, very easy, I'm asking you. Did we learn from the fears of World War I not to fight again?
No.
Did we learn from the fear of World War II?
Nope.
Did we learn from previous wars in Vietnam War?
Nope.
Did we learn from Korean War?
No.
Did we learn from so many people die, so many people suffer, but people don't learn. So what does it mean? It means telling us, through this my faith will be strengthened for a while. Really means we are undisciplined beings. We will always, so the earlier line says, adopt the discipline of all the Buddha's heirs. Means we have to always read this text. You understand? To acquaint it to our mind. And I want to share something with you. My experience, like I was reading many Dhamma books, and especially this text with the commentary, I read many times. But every time I read, somehow different parts of the text shout out and call out to me. Right? And every time, sometimes, frankly speaking, when my guru gave teaching, I'm like halfway falling asleep because I ate too much for lunch. Yeah, and then my friend Wan Keshi, unfortunately, he 40-something years old, he died of heart attack. Yeah, it's just a big shock. My really good friend and brother. At that time we were laughing, and I said, if you are getting sleepy and Geshe-la or Rinpoche is giving teaching, go wash your feet with ice cold water, because tap water is very cold. No? So wash your feet all the way up to your knees with ice water, and then you wake up and you go back and sit there, and then it can last for a while. Yeah. And so, through this, our faith will be strengthened for a while. What is this faith? The faith is not in praying. Now this faith, the meaning is the faith that you can become Buddha. Because sometimes we will just, being ourselves, we always discourage ourselves. We always say, oh, I'm not good enough, maybe I cannot, I'm this, I'm that. Oh, stop it! Yeah, I learned how to do this expression. Oh, stop it! Yes. It's true. We have to stop putting ourselves down and saying that we cannot become Buddha, we are not good enough, we are not this, we are not that. You're really not good enough. Why are you here hearing this? This is the Mahayana Dhamma. Then why are you here? Why is this teaching reaching your ear and going to your heart? Okay? So, and I will grow more accustomed to what is virtuous. Things are like this. Ask you not to touch, the more you want to touch. Correct? Ask you not to do, the last word is do. Correct? Yeah. So, in this text, they say that do this, ask you to do this one, then will we do? Beginning, no. But when we read it and get accustomed to it, it rubs off into us. Okay, it will rub off into us. We will slowly evolve and transform. Just like, so that time I had a doubt. I had a doubt that said that just by listening to this, will I become, I had a doubt because I will talk discussion with my guru and other Dharma brothers. I said, there is the truth? And then he says that, do you drink tea? So that was the answer. So I got the meaning. Do you understand? What is meant? Do you drink tea? Do you understand? No? What happens when you put tea leaf in hot water? Huh? And? what happens to the water?
Changes completely.
Yeah, osmosis, it leaks. Isn't it? So you see, traditionally, our answer is not very straightforward. They don't serve it to us in a silver spoon. Right? Because if everything is served to you in a silver spoon, then everything's... but end up here, I'm serving everything silver spoon. How ridiculous for me. But the more important, you have to understand. And then should others somehow equal to myself in fortune, chance upon these words, they might find them beneficial. So, so like I explained before, just now, equal in fortune to myself. Right? This is unbelievable. The fortune of Shantideva, the good merit of Shantideva. Right? And right now we are listening. He is already saying we have a great, great merit. And this is called joint investment. He wrote this, we read this, both there is a connection. So this is called joint investment. In joint investment means by reading this, by contemplating this, by giving voice to this. Now the main thing that somebody asked me, let me check, is can we do silent reading? I said, silent reading is good, but reading out loud is more beneficial. It's greater benefit. Why? Because in our how to say, reality, we live in a multi-dimensional world. Beings in different dimensions can listen. Right? And also the main thing is for us, if we read by eyes, silent reading, versus giving voice, the effect is also different. You realize? Okay? If you don't realize, you go try it out yourself. Okay? This free and well-favored human form is difficult to obtain. Now look at this special point. He says, this free and well-favored human form is truly telling you what I said before. The Dharma is for healing, right now is in healing the human problem. Of course, Dharma liberate all beings and everything, but this Dharma was originally taught to human. So human beings have human problem. Now, that's what I'm trying to say. Human beings have human problem. Okay, this free, it means this free is not that you don't need to pay money, the kind of free. This free means you have your own free will. This freedom, what does this free will mean? Means the 8 freedom and 10 endowments. Please check up on your own. The 8 freedom and 10 endowments. It's important. Maybe I want you all to print it out and stick on the wall. People can come and okay. So we have the 18. This is the 18 points. So there's the 8 freedom, 10 endowments, and then a well-favored human form is difficult to obtain. Now that we have the chance to realize the full human potential, if we don't make good use of this opportunity, how could we possibly expect to have such a chance again? I think I don't have to explain so much here, right? I think generally in a human being, if you are able to go to a good school, and if you get kicked out of school because you don't want to do your part, once you are out, how can you ever expect to be in again? Okay, so this is very important to say that telling us now the time has come. Okay, the inverse meaning or the hidden meaning is telling us the time has come. Now that we are hearing this teaching, we are coming in contact with this teaching, we have got all the freedoms and endowments, okay, and now is the opportunity. Like equivalent to you finding or somebody giving you billions of dollars. Okay? But the thing is this, do you have the financial mind to be able to make money work for you? Or do you become this kind of people that will spend and spend and spend and you become a beggar again? Okay? So, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, you make money, use money to make money. Like using merit, right now, how will, people say, oh, the rich will be richer, rich get richer. Or they use money, they play with money to find money. Similarly, we in the same. The moment somebody does something good, we sincerely rejoice, not the mouth say, oh, rejoice. No, sincere rejoice, and then we join investment. If somebody want to do something, we chip in by means of time, effort, money, right? Saying, supporting. It's a great merit. Doing it together is a great merit, right? So we don't make use of this opportunity. How could we possibly expect to have such a chance again? So please remember, joint investment with the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. The Buddhas always give blessing and pray for all sentient beings. Bodhisattvas also never think about themselves. So we must learn from them and we must do together with them, and then our merit automatically keep on increasing. Another, I think, a simple way to say is that you've got $1,000. Every time you deposit $2 or $100 in the bank, and somebody else is guarding the account for you, right? After that, maybe you squandered $800, so you got robbed. But at least your $200 is still earning interest and is continuously just increasing by itself. Without you putting any effort, it just increases and increases. Like a flash of lightning on a dark and cloudy night, which for just a single instant sheds its brilliant light. Rarely, through the Buddha's power, a mind of virtue arises briefly to the people of the world. What is this mind of virtue? This mind of virtue is the thought that really to benefit others. Right now, we look at the mind of ordinary beings. Always say we want to spread more fear. Don't want to tell people too much so that they will do more work, and so that the few lesser upper class will enjoy. Spread fear so that people distrust each other, so that they will buy arms, they will stock up on medicine, they will do this, they will do that. You understand? Everybody, everywhere, people are doing this kind of things. Right? And we look even closer. Everything that they're doing is always about this life. It's never about the future life. They never think about the future. They don't even think about the future generations. Don't say about their own future life. And they think about now. And they would let everybody suffer and die for money, for their own money. So really, when we say mind of virtue arises briefly to the people of the world. People, and the main thing is also, we're just saying this one is the ordinary mind of virtue. Great mind of virtue. How many people would arise sincerely every day that they want to become a Buddha? No? They will think that, become a Buddha, better I go eat ramen first. Better I eat steak first. Better I go have a drink of whiskey first. You see? Really to say the benefit, the mind of enlightenment is only, mind you, only aspiring Bodhichitta is already so weak. How about those engaging Bodhichitta? Engage in engaging Bodhisattva. To engage in the activity of tuning and training our hearts and our mind. Really so rare. Correct? right? So rare. Yeah. Those who can talk, many. Those who can pray, many. Those who are religious, many. Those who, the more inside, more insecure, outside, more strict in their spiritual, religious practice. Must be vegetarian. Cannot do this, cannot do that, cannot this, cannot that. Why? You understand? Yeah. Those who cannot. Now, those who are the basic foundation, better cannot. Right? Because this thing is like that. When you didn't do, you don't know, no problem. Once you know, you are easily addicted. Easily addicted. So, through the Buddha's power, mind of virtue arises briefly to the people of the world. All ordinary virtues, six. All ordinary virtues, therefore, are forever feeble. So, what are ordinary virtues? Ordinary means everything that with regards to this life. Whatever we do with regards to this life, even if we are reciting mantras with regards to this life, is still considered ordinary virtue. Whatever we do, truly we dedicate to become a Buddha. We must aspire and dedicate. Maybe becoming a Buddha is so far-fetched and so far away, but doesn't matter. We still say it. We still aspire and we engage by doing the mind transformation, doing the meditation, doing mantra recitation, sutra recitation. That's most important. To say that you can get immediately, let's not lie to ourselves. Let us all not lie to ourselves. Okay? Whilst negativity is strong and difficult to bear, but the mind intent on perfect Buddhahood, what other virtue could ever overcome it? Okay? So all ordinary virtues, therefore, are forever feeble, whilst negativity is strong and difficult to bear. Right? We just look at ourselves. From the time we were born, actually I think most of us when we were young, our mind naturally is more love, right? But when we were growing up, family were there to tell us, don't do this and don't do that. This is not wise, this is this, that is that, isn't it? The person who teach you the most is there to, that's why we say, to be reborn into the same family, you are also karmically indebted in debt to each other. Right? So the person who loves you the most is also teaching you the things that will harm you the most. In the Bodhisattva sense. Now you understand? Correct? You think about it. The person who loves you the most will tell you, look down on these people, don't do this kind of thing, don't help them, care about yourself, don't teach people so much, other people will do. Correct? Did you? We honest. Did your loved one teach you all these things? Definitely. Loved ones always want to protect you, and in protection, give you things that poison your mind. What was poisoned? What was awakened in you? Fear. With fear and insecurity, everything was taught to you. Isn't it? Right? And that's why they've got so many things to preserve in case you die in winter, you have not enough food, you got to this, you got to do this so that you have this, if not you have this, if not, right? From keeping warm to preserving food, to doing so many other things, unbelievable things. Really, how much good karma can that be? We are having this freedom body, but we are not using it. It's like you've got $1 million and you are donating 50 cents every month. and you are not doing anything with your money, just sitting there and just squandering it. Squandering money, no problem. Squandering by buying things to make yourself look and feel good and being happy, no problem. Making offerings and doing charity, 50 cents. $1 is a lot of money already. It's US $1, you know. It's US $5 and $10, you know. Not Indian rupees, not Indonesia rupiah. It's US $5 and $10. You know how much is that? Yeah. So when I heard this kind of thing, I was like, oh my goodness. Right? So we need to realign. We must and need to realign. But for the mind intends on perfect Buddhahood, what other virtue could ever overcome it? Okay? What other virtue can ever overcome this kind of mind that will continuously lure us to go back into our old habits? The great thing, what other virtue could ever overcome it? That other virtue would be, this is the Bodhichitta, the mind, the aspiring and engaging mind towards enlightenment. Okay? Contemplating wisely throughout the ages, the mighty Buddhas have seen its great benefit, that it helps the boundless multitude of beings to easily to gain the higher states of bliss. So that's why now you see, what is the real happiness for ordinary beings like you and me? Our ordinary happiness, is it getting what you want, or when you have succeeded in helping others learning and getting what they need? You understand? Helping others achieving what they need, to be able to stand on their own 2 feet, to be able to support themselves, to be able to live, to be able to have life skills. Right? Right now, frankly speaking, everything that you learn in school has got nothing to do with being a good person. Right? You just taught about knowledge of how things and this and that. I do not know whether here you study about ethics in school. Do you study about ethics?
They have
Some?
character education.
Character education, somewhat. But do they teach you how to solve your life problems? Okay? So, Emily, you really have to teach Degree.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right? What do you call in English?
Code of conduct for
Code of conduct.
children. And
For students, not children.
disciples and child.
Of students and disciples. Code of conduct. Okay, since it's already been translated to English. Okay? It helps the boundless multitudes of beings to easily gain the higher states of bliss. Higher states of bliss means when we do this practice and other beings are able to become permanently free from bogged down by the cycle of birth and death, bogged down by fear, bogged down by anger, greed, bogged down by greed, anger, attachment, ignorance. We are free. Then really there's a deep inner rejoicing and bliss arise. When other people can become free, then you also really so happy for them. Those who long to triumph over life's distress and who wish to put an end to others' sorrows, Okay? Those who seek to experience abundant joys, let them never turn their backs on bodhicitta. Right? So this line starts the teaching. This stanza starts the teaching. Those who long to triumph over life distress and wish to put an end to others' sorrows, listen clearly, to others' sorrow, not your own sorrow. Because when we are practicing, will you get bliss? You will have bliss. But if you are practicing to be free from your own sorrow, then it becomes what? You are practicing for your own happiness. And you will not. It just becomes ordinary again. For your own happiness, for your own success of your own children, for your success of your own career, for the success of this, the success for that. That is why Mahayana Buddhism is not for the ordinary. Happiness, love, care, concern, okay, support, these are all side effects of cultivating bodhicitta. Yeah, I know. Some people say, why is this called side effect? Aren't these the goals? Aren't these the good things? Why do I say these are not the good things? Because these are good, but they will distract you from the goal of becoming a Buddha. Because right now, if I got this, I'm happy, got that, I'm happy, then afterward, then you are swayed by the side effect. Then maybe you become clairvoyant, you have powers, you can do miracles, you can this and that. Then it's the same. If you are a meditator and you tell people, say, oh, every day when I meditate, Buddha comes to me. He looks at me and gives me a deep smile. Buddha puts his sacred arm out towards me, and golden beams of light come into my body, speech and mind. After that he smiles and he gives me a present, like a chocolate cake of death. I put it in my divine mouth, and then he dissolves into me. Every day Buddha comes. On Monday it's strawberry shortcake. Tuesday it's tiramisu. On Wednesday it's chocolate cheesecake. You know? What happens? This meditation has totally become a big obstacle. The mind of being so attracted to seeing Buddha giving you cheesecake becomes the main focus. This becomes side effect. That's why if you see anything in your meditation, it is your illusion. Right? Or you say that, oh, I see my past life, I was your so-and-so. Oh, you were my so-and-so. I saw that there was this deity inside your body. It was coming out with power and light. I saw. Oh gosh, every time I hear and see these kind of things in my heart, I go, oh no, this one. This is what happens in my mind, when I hear people say,